Hello and welcome to Comcast Local Edition. I'm Ron Roberson. Andrea Giancoli joins us to promote National Nutrition Month, which is in the month of March. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Ron.
So glad to have you with us, and we had been talking backstage about some of the things that are going on for National Nutrition Month. Let's talk about some of the programs that are coming up.
Well, again, March is National Nutrition Month, and as a representative of Bellflower Unified School District Nutrition Network and also the California Dietetic Association, I'm here to talk about National Nutrition Month and why it's a good time for all of us to kind of reassess, our nutrition and look at what we're doing with our diets, and especially our parents are very concerned about how they need to be looking at the diets of their children. So I'd like to talk about what parents can do with their kids at home.
Well, indeed, let's talk about that. What are some of the things that parents can do to help control the weight of their children, control their diets, those type of things?
Well, I think first and foremost, what parents need to do is accept their child at any weight. It's very important the child feels loved and accepted by their parent, and they're more likely to feel good about themselves if their parent accepts them. It's important that the parent never puts the child on an actual diet, because this can backfire. It's more important to really emphasize healthier practices and healthier foods, and bringing in and stocking your pantry with fruits and vegetables and healthier snacks, more so than trying to restrict and control what your child is doing, and again, really accepting your child for who they are.
Andrea, the television can be somewhat of an electronic babysitter for some, if you would. Let's speak to maybe weaning our kids off of television so much, or is that a real problem?
Yeah, television actually has become a bit of a problem for kids. Just really, families and children are getting used to just sitting in front of the television and having their meals in front of the television. Eating in front of the television is a big no-no. Studies have found that when you eat in front of the television, you tend to take in more calories, and you also burn less calories watching television than you do doing nothing. So at mealtime, turn off the television, sit down as a family together, have family time, eat a healthy meal. It's okay to watch a little bit of television, but we need to limit it to about 1 to 2 hours per day. Let our children choose that 1 to 2 hours of programming that they want to watch, and just limit it to that.
Yes. Wow. Some people, or some families, shall I say, live on the theory, do as I say and not as I do. How important is it for our parents to be good role models for the children?
It's very important to be a good role model for the children. It's one thing to say, eat your fruits and vegetables, and then you're eating something else, not what they're eating. So they look at you and they say, well, why should I be eating this if you're not? So it's very important that when we have a meal together with our family, we all eat the same thing, so that they see that we're doing what we want them to be doing. Because they really, children really are influenced by parents and by adults, so it's important that we model behaviors that we want them to do as well.
Yeah. How restrictive should parents be at mealtime? Just how far should it go?
Well, it's important that parents decide what to serve and when to serve it. But it's important that the children take some responsibility and choose how much they want to eat. They choose what foods that they want to eat. Kids really like to have control, and they like to serve themselves and pick. But if the parents decide what's going to be on the table, then the children can have their sense of control by choosing what they take.
Yes. How big?
And how much?
Indeed. How big of a problem is it, obesity in our children? You see kids that just don't look like kids did 20 years ago. And how big of a problem is it?
It's quite a major problem right now, the obesity epidemic, not only in adults but in children. And it's estimated that about 1/3 of the children in our nation are either overweight or they're at risk of becoming overweight. So it's really important that we start to make some of these changes, and that parents feel good about making some of these changes themselves, because we've got to turn this trend around. Yeah.
March is the month to recognize as Nutrition Month.
Yes.
Any programs going on to help make people alert in what's going on?
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, we just had the Healthy Kids Day Community Health Fair. Bellflower Unified School District and the Los Cerritos YMCA partnered together, and we celebrated on March 12th National Nutrition Month with a very successful health fair, and our parents and our kids came along with a lot of great tips.
Great. Thank you so much for being with us. That's all of our time. We'll see you next time. For Comcast Local Edition, I'm Ron Roberson.